Today is the 14th of November 2023. I would like to use Pythagoras Theorem, and this will be our second lesson. Thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos. If you've not already, can you consider subscribing, following us, sharing our videos, and liking them, and leave us some nice comments. It encourages me a lot, okay, and I appreciate that. And then linking to that, if it's not your account, please ask permission from the account holder or get someone to help you open your own account. Please follow my notes/scripts. It's always in the comment section. Math is a lot of numbers, percentages. If it was an interaction lesson, maybe I wouldn't be talking continuously. But because I'm on one end trying to do a video and show you how things are, at times I might skip some of the things I want to say, okay? So if, for instance, this is 14.4 all squared, okay, that is 18.4 meters to 1 decimal place. So if the pen is pointing here, everything here is accurate, okay? If it's not, the following video I'll come and tell you, okay? But I've gone through this note several times before I'm presenting it to you, okay? So please follow the notes, okay? And follow what I'm saying, but follow the note. But if you hear something different, or for instance 207.36 and it comes out as 207.3 or 0.6, it is 0.36. Thank you very much. Beware of scammers, please, okay? Even as I said yesterday, at times I'm not even sure whether to reply some messages because it could have a name I know, but it might not be the person, okay? So just beware, use caution, and then pry a bit in between, okay? But immediately they start talking to you about sending money to orphanage and stuff, it's not me. If I need you to do that, okay, then I'll say it in the video. But if you've not heard me saying it, then it's not us, okay? It's not me. Now recap. Sorry. We started looking at Pythagoras Theorem yesterday, okay? Watch the last video for recap, okay? It will help you a lot. Now, I've brought an example here. Yesterday, we concentrated on the C part, okay? We said this is A and that is the B, okay? Now, the C part is the part, the longer part, okay? And the one that is opposite to the right angle triangle, okay, is called the hypotenuse, okay? Now, we said So I'm going to bring a quick example and then start what we want to do today. Okay, so here we've been given the A and the B. Okay, the A is opposite to this angle. This is why you should follow my notes. And the B is opposite to these angles. The A and B angles are never 90 degrees, but the C is 90 degrees. So you are working with a right angle triangle. Okay, now this is Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras said if you have a right angle triangle in this form, the C squared, this side, equals the A squared plus the B squared. Yesterday we focused only on finding the C squared. Okay, today we are going to find the A parts and the B parts. Okay, now today I want to do a quick example and then we'll link it to what we are going to do today. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. This is a Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now you don't know C. This is what we've been doing yesterday, but you've been given A. Okay, A is there as 14.4 squared, 14.4 meters. Okay, so with Pythagoras it becomes 14.4 squared. B is 11.5 meters, so with Pythagoras it becomes 11.5 all squared. So on the calculator you square this 14.4 squared, you get 207.36 plus 11.5 all squared, which will give you 132.25. Then you add these two together, okay, as you can see with the formula Pythagoras gave us. If you add them together, you have 339.61. That will be your C squared. Now C is plus or minus square root of 339.61. So the square root, okay, if you use your calculator again, will be plus or minus 18.4. Okay, now C here is a length because we've been given units. Okay, so C now will choose the positive side, which is 18.4 meters, and this will be 1 decimal place. Okay, assuming they said to us to the nearest whole number, that will be 18. We've done videos on that, so you can go back and watch them. Okay, feel free, watch them, like them, share them. It will help somebody also, so share with as many people as you like. Okay, and like our videos as well. Thank you very much. Now the starter today, okay, if they give you C squared equals 45 meters, to find C will become plus or minus 45, but because of the meters, okay, you know its length, so you are going to choose the positive. Okay, so the square root of C now becomes 6.7 meters, 1 decimal place. Okay, we choose the positive for length. Assuming we don't know its length, then we leave our answer as plus or minus because we don't know what it is. But because we know that of the meters, we know we are dealing with something with length. Okay. C squared again is 218 meters. Again, the meters tells us its length. So to find C, which is plus or minus 218, okay, we are going to choose the positive C. So 14.8 meters, again, 1 decimal place. This is a good place, again, to use your calculator. C squared equals 18 centimeters. Because of the units, we know we are dealing with length, okay? Now C will be plus or minus root of 18. If you do it right, you should get 4.2 centimeters to 1 decimal place. Again, we choose the positive, okay, because it's in centimeters and its length. Okay, C squared is 200 millimeters. Now, leave your answer in the units they've given you. If they give you millimeters and accidentally you write meters, okay, you've got the answer, but you didn't put the right unit. Okay, 200 millimeters is different from 200 meters. Okay, so please be mindful of that. So C will be plus or minus square root of 200. Now, if you do that, it will be 14.1 millimeters, 1 decimal place. Okay, now because it's millimeters, we will choose the positive answer, not the negative. C squared equals 542 centimeters. Okay, therefore the square root of is 545, please, not 542. Therefore the square root of C is plus or minus square root of 545, which is 23.3 centimeters. Again, we are leaving our answer to 1 decimal place. Okay, and because it's in centimeters, we choose the positive side because we know it's length. They've given us a question 545 centimeters, so our answer should be in centimeters. So that is the starter for today. Practice using your own calculator. Today we are going to do more Pythagoras. In the starter, we revisited what we did yesterday, finding the longer side, this side, the hypotenuse. Okay. Now today we are going to find the side A and B. Okay. Now look at the right angle triangle carefully. This C part, okay, is opposite to the right angle. So the way you know it's C is because of this right angle, the 90-degree sign. Okay. This A part is opposite to this angle. And this B, okay, is opposite. This B part is opposite to this angle. Okay. So don't forget that your C is always opposite the right angle. If it's not the right angle, don't consider it for C. Okay. And Pythagoras Theorem deals with a right angle triangle. Okay. So that's what I've just said to you. Now let's look at today's example. Now yesterday we're finding C, this side. okay, the one opposite the right angle triangle, the hypotenuse. Today we'll find A and B because it's similar. Okay, so now this example says find A. We've been given C and B. So our Pythagoras theorem is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now they've given us C as 15.2 kilometers. Okay, so we are going to use 15.2, and then in the end we'll remember to bring our kilometers. This is in kilometers, this is in kilometers, so we don't have to change any units. So 15.2 kilometers all squared will be equal to A squared, which we are finding, plus 12.7 all squared. Okay, so now if we put A squared on one side and we move 12.7 all squared to this side, we are going to get 15.2 all squared. This is plus, so when it goes there it becomes minus. Okay, minus 12.7 all squared. I would rather do it differently and then subtract. Okay, so A squared, which we are finding, which is this side here, okay, will be equal to 15.2 squared minus 12.7 all squared. Now if you do this on the calculator, right, you get 231.04 minus 161.29. Yesterday, because A squared and B squared were on one side, we just had to add. But today, A squared is on one side. We need to move B squared to the other side. That is why we have the minus. Okay. So, if we subtract both, we have 69.75. Okay, that will be A squared. So A squared, assuming there is no unit, will be plus or minus the square root of 69.75, which will be plus or minus 8.4. But here we want A, okay, which should be in kilometers because it's the length of this side of the right angle triangle. So we are going to choose the positive side. So 8 becomes 8.4, but the unit we've been given to work with is in kilometers. So 8.4 kilometers, and that is to 1 decimal place. Assuming they ask us, leave your answer to the nearest whole number, then that will be 8. Okay, that will be 8. Okay, 8 kilometers. But I haven't been told, so I've put my answer in 8.4 kilometers. Now, our next example, we want to find B. Okay, again, the right angle triangle here is opposite to the hypotenuse. Okay, that is the C part. So we know C, we know A, but we need to find B. Okay, B and A are always opposite to angles that are less than 90 degrees. Okay, so now c squared will be equal to a squared plus b squared. Okay. Now c is 27.9, so we are going to square that. A is 18.5. Look, the unit is in meters. Okay, so 18.5 all squared plus b. Now to get b squared, we need to move this positive. This is positive, so if we move it here, it will become 27.9 all squared, which is this, minus 18.5 all squared. If you are patient and systematic, you shouldn't go wrong. Okay, and b squared now is 27.9 all squared. Okay, which is 778.41. Okay, and then 18.5 all squared will be 342.25. Okay, so b squared, if I subtract these two numbers on the calculator, will be 436.16. b now will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 436.16. Okay, so if I do that on the calculator correctly, b will become 20.9. It's still plus or minus, but because I know I want an answer in length, I can't choose the negative. So I'm going to choose the positive answer, which is 20.9 meters. Again, 1 decimal place. Okay, so this is 1 decimal place now. So my b here is 20.9 meters. Okay, again, apart from measuring the right angle triangle, the measurement is not to scale. Okay, so that is the b. Okay, so what have we found out? If you are finding c, because Pythagoras Theorem, c is the hypotenuse, you add. But if you are finding a or b, you either subtract b squared from c squared or subtract a squared from c squared. Okay, that's why I thought I'll do a video on that. Okay, keeping our foundation student in mind. Okay, now find a again. So we know the part facing the right angle, okay, which is our hypotenuse again, and we have our unit in centimeters. So our final answer will be in centimeters, and we'll choose the positive answer because we want to find the length. So again, c squared, which is 20.3 all squared, will be equal to a squared, which we are supposed to find, plus b squared, which has been given to us as 11.2 centimeters. Now a squared, okay, here, to bring this, I have to move all this to this side, and immediately I do that, it's plus here, so it will become minus. So a squared will be 20.3 all squared minus 11.2 all squared. So if I use the calculator again correctly, for instance, I said to you estimation, watch the video again. 20 squared will be 400. So the calculator gave me 412.09, which is accurate, okay? So we've done estimation. 11 squared is 121. The calculator gave me 125.44, which is also accurate, okay? Assuming it gave me 12.44, then I'll have to do it again, because I know that 11 all squared is in the region of 121. Okay, we've discussed this, so please go and watch it. Okay, this is how you will know in an exam situation whether you are putting the right answer or not. Okay, so a squared will be 412.09 minus 125.44. So a squared, if I subtract these two, will be 286.65. So a will be plus or minus the square root of 286.65. Again, if you do you put the square root sign on this number, you get 16.9 centimeters, because both units for the C and the B is in centimeters. So 16.9 to 1 decimal place, or 17 centimeters to the nearest whole number. Again, remember your unit. They said find A, not A squared. So don't leave your answer as A squared equals that. Go the next step. Find A. Put in your units. Okay? If they ask you to 1 decimal place, put it to 1 decimal place. If they ask you to the nearest whole number, put it to the nearest whole number. Now let's look at another example. Again, find B. Okay? So today we are only finding A and B. Yesterday we found C. Okay? This part here, the part facing the right angle triangle. Today we are either finding A or B. And we know that because of Pythagoras theorem, it's either C squared minus A squared will be B squared, or C squared minus B squared will be A squared. Okay? But we can't leave our answer in C squared or A squared or B squared. They said find A, find B, and yesterday find C. And because all of them are length, we are going to choose the positive answer and put in our units, even though if we do the square root, we are going to get plus or minus 2 values. But because it's strictly a length of a triangle, and we've been given the units, then we have to go by the positive answer of the square root. Okay? Now find B again. So our Pythagoras theorem is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now C squared here is 45.5 kilometers. Okay? A squared is 14.7 kilometers plus B squared. I removed the units so that we can solve, because at times when the unit, it makes the equation a bit cluttered. But in the end, you need to remember to put it there. Okay? So 4.5 all squared will be equal to 14.7 all squared plus b squared. Now, if we leave b here, this is plus. So if we move it to that side, it subtracts 45.5 all squared. So b squared now will become 45.5 all squared minus 14.7 all squared. Okay. Now b squared, if you do it correctly on the calculator, okay, you should 45.5 all squared will give you 2070.25. It is accurate because if I have 50 squared, I'll get 2500. If I have 40 all squared, I'll get 1600. Okay, so 45.5 all squared. So if I'm using estimation, that would be a right figure. Okay, but assuming again the calculator gave me 207.25, then I will have to do it again because 45.5 all squared wouldn't give me that. So maybe I missed a unit putting my figures in. Now 14.7 all squared gave me 216.09, which is also accurate. Now b squared now will be 2070.25 minus 216.09. Okay. Now b squared will be 1008.54.16. So b equals plus or minus the square root of 1854.16. So to find b, okay, that will be b squared, not b. To find b, if I square root that, okay, if I square root that on the calculator, my answer will be 43.1. Okay, my answer will be 43.1. The unit I've been given here is in kilometers, so I'm going to leave my answer in kilometers to one decimal place. Okay, assuming it says the nearest whole number, then it will be 43 kilometers. Okay, so yesterday, if you're finding c, the part opposite the right angle, you just add a squared and b squared. But today, assuming you are finding b squared, you need c squared, and then you subtract from a squared. And on the other way around, if you are finding a squared, you need for the c squared again and subtract from b squared. So with a squared and b squared, if you need to find that, there will be subtraction involved. Okay, that's what I really wanted to emphasize today. But if it's Gcse, you just have to add. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. Okay, thank you very much for watching our video, and I'll see you in the next.